Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the chat before Christmas. Tonight's just a basic chat. I was on live earlier on YouTube. I was just chatting, talking about whatever. I mostly talked about AI and how some people abuse it, and some people use it to make shit pop. Like my icon picture, for instance. That's totally AI. Visually stunning. It was something I conjured up in my head. I wanted to see what it looked like. It's Christmas season, and me, I like weird, wicked stuff. So I added a little skeleton buddy in there, and I like my morning coffee, and my eyes are solid white, like demonic or weird. You know, Not demonic though. No, I don't worship the devil, but just be different. I've always been different. I've always liked different things, and that's just me. If we all did the same thing, looked the same, it would be boring. But yeah, we're chatting tonight. Some A person mentioned in my last live on YouTube they wanted to talk about music, movies. Absolutely. Maybe even TV shows. That's entertainment in general. I have been watching some shows. Uh, some of one or two of my shows have finished. One of my shows had a final season, and they're on. It's on its final season. It's not completely over with yet. I've started some new shows. I started a show called Wayward Pines. It came out some time ago. I read the caption on it, to see if I could get a feel for it. I started it. It seems okay. I haven't watched it since the first episode, but I'm going to try to get back into it. I've got so many shows I try to keep up with, the ones I really want to keep up with, and not a lot of them are on right now, and some of them are completely done. I've got to finish. I know all the episodes are out right now, but what I watch it on, the platform I watch it on, doesn't have all the episodes out at this moment. Is the new It series, Welcome to Derry. I have seen, I think, episodes 1 and 2. And it's getting a lot of great reviews. They're saying, people are saying that it's probably the best series on HBO right now. So I've seen episode 1, maybe midways through. I haven't actually, finished the first episode, but it is a good. I mean, it looks identically to the remake of the It movies, with Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, the clown. So I mean, it looks just like that, but it's a prequel. It's before all that, so I've got to get back into that. I really want to finish it. There's 8 episodes, I know, and I like Stephen King's It. I had the book at one point, and and I actually have read the novel It. It's a big one. It's a big book, a lot of pages, but it is a good story. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the books are always better than the TV shows because the TV shows can only show so much. You can get so much more into description when you're writing a novel. You can kind of stretch things out. I've seen the new season of Daryl Dixon. I don't know, man. These Walking Dead spinoffs is just, they're not like the original Walking Dead. I'm not. Trust me. I'm not saying I hate it. It's just I don't know. I feel the spinoffs are kind of rushed. You know, it just like they want to hurry up and get it over with. And I just don't know. I can't get a feel for Daryl Dixon, the TV show. I don't hate it. Uh, I don't know. It's just something being overseas. I guess it's overseas. They're in France and Spain and all that. I guess I'm just so used to the walking around in the woods and all that stuff. I don't know. I just can't get a good feel for it. As far as Dead City, I mean, I do like that one with Negan and Maggie. But like I say, I was slightly disappointed in it too. They got one more season coming up. As a matter of fact, they just got through filming. I think today they announced it's completely done filming, so the new season will be coming. And I know Daryl Dixon's final season is sometime next year. Let's just get back to the basics. Daryl's over there getting back home. Let's get the band back together for one final full season of the original Walking Dead with everybody in it and call it quits. I mean, I hate to be rude about it, but you've done milked the Walking Dead for as much as you could. Well, it could go on for a while. Give us the reunions that we want, and or whatever, because if you keep going and going and going, sooner or later it's going to get boring. It's almost like the Halloween franchise. The more sequels you make, the suckier it gets. I'll just be flat out honest with you. The best ones out of that whole franchise, talking about Halloween now, was the original 78, the sequel to that in 1980, 81 or something. I think it was 1980. That one and part 4. All the rest of it, and I'm not even going to talk bad about part 3, even though it didn't have Michael Myers in it. It was kind of a standalone, and I've actually got some pretty good feelings towards that one too. I actually liked it. Not a lot of people do. It's got a following behind it, but not as big as if you would throw Michael Myers in there. But and I do like Halloween 6. I'm not, and that's for childhood reasons and stuff like that. There's a couple parts in there that really, and I like the way Michael Myers is portrayed in that movie. He's like brutal as hell. But 5, H2O, Resurrection, and I'm not knocking the last trilogy that come out that David Gordon Green did. I liked the 2018 version, and I liked Halloween Kills. Halloween Ends is growing on me. It's different. It's not something I'd hoot and holler and want to rewatch and all that stuff, but it's in there. It's almost like it's around Halloween 5 and H2O, and for me, that's just my opinion. A lot of people be different, but I did watch the new Silent Night, Deadly Night last night. It's a kind of a remake of the original in '84 about the boy that was traumatized. His parents got killed by Santa Claus and stuff like that. Now this new one is it's got that Halloween Ends vibe to it. It's just got. If you haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's got the kind of. It's even got the boy that plays in Halloween Ends in it. I mean, they kind of on the same direction, It's got a lot of great kills in it. You want blood, you're going to get it. Not Terrifier blood, but but it's up there. It's up there. Terrifier is just above and beyond, and I like Art the Clown. Don't get me wrong, I like the Terrifier movies. Them suckers, it's just above and beyond gore, practical effects. Just wow. I like it. I like it. I mean, I don't like a lot of it, but I like that. And I'm itching to see where Terrifier 4 goes. I think it's the final movie, is what they said. The fourth one is going to be the final movie, and they're going to get more into Art the Clown's kind of origin story or kind of backstory. That'd be interesting to see. But if you want kills and you want gore and you want blood and you want body parts flying everywhere and just the way he kills people, just I mean, it's above and beyond. Terrifier's got it for you. Silent Night, Deadly Night, not so much. But it's in there. I will let everybody know after this live, I will be doing some more live gameplay for the month of December. Because in 2026 we're gonna kick off live gameplay with a game called Detroit Becoming Human, and I'll give you a little narration of that. It's humans and androids, and it's set in the future. I guess you could say it's got that Blade Runner feel. If you've ever seen Blade Runner with Harrison Ford. It's got that kind of feel to it, but the androids, they're like house-made, and you could purchase them. I mean, these androids, you can just walk in an Android store and purchase a female android or even a kid. To take care of the house and cook for you and do this and that, and help basically raise your kids. It's crazy, but I'm not going to spoil that. If you played the game, you know where it's going. But if you haven't and you want to tune in and watch some gameplay and get in tune with the story, January 3rd, I will be live streaming the first part of Detroit Becoming Human. So. But tonight on live gameplay, we're going to do it in honor of a main protagonist coming back in February on the 27th for Resident Evil Requiem, the new Resident Evil game, which will be the 9th installment in the franchise. Can't wait to play it. I can't wait to get a hang of it. And live stream it for you guys after I play it personally for my own amusement. And I get the controls down real good and stuff like that. Then I'll come back and I'll share it. But it's going to be all over YouTube anyways when it drops the 27th of February or the 26th. Some people might get a shot at it a day early or something. I don't know. But it's going to be all over. But if you're waiting for me to play it, give me about a day or two. Give me time to beat it one round, and if I got real good control of it, I'll bring it to the table. Just stay tuned to my community wall or the post wall or whatever. I'll let you know when it's going down. But tonight we got Resident Evil 4 remake that came out a couple years ago now. I mean, it's a beautiful game, the way they remade it. I've got the DLC called Separate Ways already on my channel. It's kind of like the from another POV person that's in the same area while all this is going on. But we're going to play the main story tonight. with Leon S. Kennedy and a girl named Ashley, which is supposed to be the president's daughter. She's been captured by this evil cult that's released this virus. Of course, it's Resident Evil. There's got to be zombies or some kind of monsters or something going on. So prepare for that. I'm going to do a couple chapters tonight because the game goes in chapters, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So chapters, I'll give you 1 and 2 tonight. And if I'm feeling froggy and up to it and spunky tomorrow, I'll give you chapters 3 and 4. And, or something like that, We're going to play some games before Christmas. We're going to have some fun. We're going to get ready for 2026. And on December 31st, I'm promoting the shit out of this. I'm going live for my annual yearly recap. It's called New Year's Evil. We could talk about anything, topics, shit that's going on YouTube, shit that's going on in the streets, in reality, actual streets, what you've seen on the news, what your cousin did to you 3 weeks ago. It doesn't matter. We could talk about it. Bring it in the comments, whatever topic. I'm going to, I might have a little opinion on it or something like that. It's whatever. We're going to count it down to 2026. I mean, I might not be on at midnight, but I'll at least go live and wish everybody a happy 2026, because I know a lot of people don't stay up real late and stuff like that. But hey, I'll make sure I get a decent time in. New Year's Eve. And we'll bring in 2026 and see what it's got in store for us. That's basically my rundown of what's going on. We got Resident Evil 4 tonight. Detroit Becoming Human, January 3rd. I just finished a game called Metal Gear Snake Eater. It's freshly on my channel. All the gameplay playthroughs. If you want to check out that story, it's basically good like Rambo. I mean, if you like Rambo, then you'll like old Snake, because he's pretty much the one-man army. So, give it a holler. I've got some other games that I've played on there. I got some horror games. I've got some, I've got so much that's scheduled. It's, especially for next year, I've got some games that I want to play. I can't even tell you what's going down because we ain't even there yet. I do know next fall, if it happens, it doesn't get delayed again. Does not get delayed again. Grand Theft Auto 6, for sure. Just like Resident Evil Requiem. Let me play it personally, and then I'll let you know when I can come back and share it with you. It's the most anticipated game of 2026. It's been delayed billions of times. People's been waiting for this ever since 2013. So, and like I said, YouTube will be eating that game up. I promise you that. They will be eating that game up. Everybody will be live streaming it. It'll probably crash the server as many people will be live streaming that game. Especially when people are, buying it. It's just, it's insane how many gamers is actually out there. Older gamers too. I've seen people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and gamers, not just young people. I've seen older ones too. So we got it locked in for you, and the live chats and stuff like that's coming in. like I tried to explain earlier in my earlier live, I'm rebranding. I'm stepping kind of away from, which I never was a drama channel anyways, because that's not what I built my channel for. But if somebody's got a problem with me and are they're doing something to me or something like that behind the scenes, and and I catch on to it, and I know it's BS, I will call you out on it. I'm not going to attack you or nothing like that, but I will straight up say you're full of shit. That's facts. I mean, most creators will say you're attacking, you're slander, defamation of character, this, that. No, I'm saying you're full of shit. You're fucking lying. I'll just be straight up with you. I'm not going to make bukus of videos and talk shit and all. I'm not going to waste my time with it, but I will just set the record straight. You're full of shit. Stop lying and making up shit. Because then they want to go real life with the lawsuits and this. They only want to do that because they're fucking broke. That's it. They threaten you with lawsuits because they're fucking broke. They want to try to take everything from you like you got something. When half of the people they sue are fucking broke themselves. So what are you going to take? Their toothbrush, their toilet paper, if they have any? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I mean, how's a broke motherfucker going to sue another broke motherfucker? It's like, oh, well, I don't know what he's got. Oh, you can't get nothing. Ain't got nothing to give. But I'm like I said, I'm trying to do all that. I'm just trying to do what I want to do. And I'm still looking into investing into better equipment so I can go back to doing my reactions of game trailers and stuff so I can cam up. I mean, I can cam up on my phone. I just choose not to because I'd rather get better equipment to cam up, and do so I can do my reactions and stuff like that. All that's coming. I can't tell you when. Just got to get the money right, man. Everything costs money. Just once everything's straight and I can get it together, we're gonna upgrade the channel a little bit and put out some newer and fresher content. So stay tuned is all I can tell you. Stay tuned. That's it. If you like what all I can say is if you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button. Come on over. More, you're welcome. As long as you ain't on no BS. If there's something on my channel you like, hit the like button. Feel free to comment as long as you're not on no stupid stuff or something like that, because I will delete it. And stuff like that. But yeah, man, I'm trying to have a little something for everybody, because not everybody likes, everything I do. But talking about Silent Night, Deadly Night, the new one. If you're in for a, kind of a B-rated horror movie, Christmas horror or whatever, knock yourself out. I mean, I don't hate it. I actually enjoyed it for real. And that's even though it had that Halloween Ends kind of vibe to it, I actually enjoyed it. It wasn't amazing, but it was watchable. Let's just put it that way. I think there was another show that I was watching that I actually finished. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, I'm watching Stranger Things. I'm waiting for part 2 of the last season to come out. The It movies are kind of like Stranger Things, to be honest with you. I mean, they're identical in ways. But Stranger Things is another one. It's on Netflix. The final season just started. They released the first 4 episodes of the final season, and I can't wait to see how it all comes to conclusion on. Matter of fact, New Year's Eve is the last episode. But yeah, I can't wait to finish that. It's gonna be amazing. I guarantee it. But yeah, I mean, if you like stuff like that, check it out. The show From. I can't wait for the new season of that, season 4. Can't wait to see how they go in the direction of that. And I'm going to talk about From for a second. That and Wayward Pines, because Wayward Pines and From have got this similarity to them. It's like I learned in Wayward Pines when the sheriff said, you can't leave, and From's the same way. Once you're put in that town, it's like you can't get out of it. I mean, I'm sure there is a way to get out of it. They just haven't fully figured it out, But in Wayward Pines is the same thing. It's got that similarity to it. I'm gonna try to get into it a little bit more before I can really talk about it. At least season 1, at least, and I'll let you know. But yeah, From is pretty badass show. It's good so far. I guess I get on I guess I don't really want to get on this subject. And I'm not going to. I don't think I will. I just think I'll let it play out. Just let it happen. Let it happen. Yeah. I'll let it happen. I almost got kind of brain fart a minute. I wanted to address something, but I really shouldn't, because there's no point. There's no point in addressing anything that anybody has to say, and I'm not going to. I've got let me think here. I've got new music on my page. I can't sing worth a damn. Can barely rap very good. And I just do it for fun. I'm not trying to make money or nothing like that. I just do it for, I treat music as therapy. And I just throw it out there because I'm like I try to explain, I'm a creative person. I use my imagination, and I like to make stuff. I like to make stuff up. So I got a lot of songs on there. Now I know not a lot of people care much for hip hop or anything like that. I like hip hop. I'm a hip hop fan. I like all types of music, heavy metal, classic rock. I even like some Christian bands. I like Christian rock. Like Mercy Me and DC Talk and stuff like that. But I'm a little bit of everything. I mean, I don't shy from it. I'm a big fan of the '80s hair metal. Classic rock. '70s. I like the '50s and '60s. Um, I like some country, the old school country, not hardly any of the new country, which is pretty much rap. Country rap anymore. I like the old school stuff, '90s country, '80s, '90s. Whatever. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. I'll just old school. R&B, old school R&B. But and you'll notice that in some shorts when I play. Like I said, I pay tribute to rock and roll bands, hip hop rappers, classic rappers, and I try to use some of their big hits for the background music. And and I pay tribute to them. And, if they passed away, like I did for Tina Turner, her birthday, was not too long ago. So I paid a tribute to the iconic Tina Turner. I did one for the lead singer of Smash Mouth from the '90s. Um, I even do it for movie actors too. Uh, I did one for Brandon Lee. It's on there. You'll see it. It's on there. You like what you like. The topic I want to get on real quick is, I'll go ahead and say this. I'm not trying to preach or anything like that, or you know, get on like the Bible, like some of these creators. It's just Bible heavy, and the way some of them talk about God and stuff like that. To me, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I believe in God. Yes, I always have, always will. You know, Nobody has came back from anywhere to say there's a heaven or a hell or this or once you die, right? And but I've heard the most bibber babble bullshit, in my whole life. I've heard people say, I follow just God. I don't follow religion. You know, well, God is a part of religion. You know, God, Jesus or what, Jesus, God. Yeah, Jesus wasn't Catholic. He wasn't Baptist. Or maybe I'm taking it wrong. Maybe I'm starting to sound like them. But when you say you follow God, then I know people have their opinions on churches. Yes. Uh, do you have to go to church to go to heaven? I don't think so. I don't believe you do. As long as you're living, you know, a a good, you know, we're all born sinners. We're going to sin, you know. As you repent for your sins, and you know, and you basically you sin and you try not to keep repeating, you know. Learn your lesson and try to do better. As long as you're a good person, I would believe you could get access to the upper level. Or if you're not a good person, you'll get flushed down to the bottom. But what I guess what I'm trying to say before I get off on left field here is it said to follow God alone. But it's funny when you listen to them, they talk God this, God that, Jesus this, Jesus that, but they sound so much like the devil, you know. And they basically crap on the Bible, you know. It's like you follow God, but then again, you don't believe in nothing. I mean, and there's a lot of holy rollers. There's a lot of people that will shove the Bible down, and these, I think, from what I've seen on YouTube personally, I've seen a lot of these individuals that are the biggest sinners, the biggest troublemakers. They continue to cause trouble. They continue to do this, and that, and hide behind religion. I know I've stressed this before. Uh, and they throw off this illusion. They're mentally stable. This, and that. No, you got mental issues. You're just afraid to admit it. You think everybody else has problems, but you. No. I don't know, man. It's a touchy subject for me to get into. I just think they're you know, people in my eyes, people like that are fake. They're fronting. Don't fall victim to their illusion. That is evil, trying to sucker you in into believing something that is not what it is. You know. And the devil's good at that. He's good at tempting. He's good at you know, but if you got a strong mind, strong will, and stuff like that, you won't fall victim to it because you see through the bull crap. Just like me, I see through the crap. You know, as soon as they open their mouth, I know they're full of crap. It's almost like they've done so much bad, and they continue to repeat the cycle. They like I said, they want to hide behind Jesus and God because they think that's going to save their ass when it comes down to the bottom line. No, your ass is burnt regardless. You can hide behind stop signs, you can hide behind whatever you want to hide behind, but unless you actually change, that stop talking about people, that's quit doing your BS, whatever, you can say you've changed. Saying and knowing's two different things. I mean, I could say I've got $1 million stacked up on the table right here and ain't got shit. You know, saying is one thing, but you've got to show people you've changed. A lot of people met me on some raw, uncut, and some very foul shit. A lot of people know me. I'm not going to get into the story or nothing like that, but that was my introduction to YouTube. Was very out of pocket until I realized what was going on, and that's like, look, I've got to I've got to make an apology here because these people don't really know me. And I'm sitting here just, coming at these people like I know them, and I don't know them. And it was actually wrong for me to do so. So I did that, and it's like, look, that ain't really me for real. Can I be foul and vile and shit like that? Absolutely, we all can. You know, we can be what we want to be. Some people are just born that way. They'll never change. They're just born nasty, dirty. They'll never change. Me, I didn't come up like that. But if have I done some foul shit, yeah, absolutely. We, like I said, we all have. I'm sure. But I'm not going to sit on YouTube and bash God and bash Jesus and put on this fake image because I'm not. What you see is what you get. This is me. What you seen then wasn't me. No. But like I said, it's a touchy subject to get into. But yeah, like I said, I've heard some lives today that I was just sitting there just rubbing my hands like, if anybody believes this horse shit, I mean, honest to God, nobody care. I mean, if anybody does care, they got to be as stupid as the person speaking it. I mean, you can't walk with God and not, but and say you don't believe in anything. People that don't believe it, that correct me if I'm wrong. If whoever watches this live and say, "Hey, you got that wrong," I call that an atheist. I could be wrong. I might even have to go back and look that up. I want to be as correct as possible. People that just don't believe in a non-denomination and shit like that. I've had friends that don't believe in absolutely anything, and they don't speak God out their mouth at all because they just don't. They don't believe in nothing. I used to run with a couple of people that don't believe in shit. Period. They believe you were born, then you die. You go in the dirt. Period. That's it. That's the end. They don't believe upstairs, downstairs. None of that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't, like I said, I don't want to get into it. I don't know how to get into it, but obviously there's something out there, when you fall on hard times or whatever, something I could, kind of guide you and try to get you back in the right direction. Something's got to motivate you to give you that what I call that strength and that courage to proceed, to get back on the right track. I mean, if there's absolutely nothing out there, then how could you ever get back on the right track? I don't know. Like I said, maybe I went off in left field and just talked a bunch of blabber. I have not a clue. But those people out there mocking God, mocking religion, hiding behind religion, and hoping it'll save their ass in the end. The flames are getting hotter, they're getting higher, and can you feel the fucking heat? Is all I can tell you. Can you feel it? The heat is on. Every time you open your mouth, your feet's got to be on fire. But I'm not going to stay on here too long, guys, because like I said, I want to do some gameplay tonight, and before it gets too late, because I don't stay up late. Nah, I don't stay up too late, and it's pretty early right now, and I've got the energy to do it. But I want to leave you guys with that. If you didn't get a chance to come in and watch this live, it'll be on my page. You can join up with the replay gang and check it out. If you like kind of what I'm talking about and you want to share it out. You like what I'm doing on my channel, hey, come on over. Subscribe. It's there. The button's there. Check it out. Maybe I'll have something you like. But other than that, if you want to see some live gameplay, stay tuned right now because we're going to get it going here in the next few minutes. Right after this, Resident Evil 4 with our main man, Leon S. Kennedy, American Badass. Jean-Claude Van Damme kicking the shit out of everybody. And check it out. Chapters 1 and 2. Everybody have a blessed evening. Have an amazing Christmas season and Christmas coming up. I hope to see everybody on New Year's Eve for New Year's Evil 2025 recap. And come on back January 3rd for Detroit Becoming Human. I'm your boy Jay. No rest for the wicked. That's what they call me because there ain't no rest for the wicked. See you soon.